colleagues and friends. Now today I want to do a small part, on how to ease you into singing on Karigamombe. But before we do that, I want to give a short explanation of the Nyamaropa family of songs. So one way in which we defined Karigamombe was that it was the starting point or the introductory song into playing the Nyamaropa family of songs, but without explaining or without listing which songs fall into that Nyamaropa family. So Karigamombe is the easiest one. So that's Karigamombe. The second song, Enzo Karigamombe, is a complete song on its own. You've got a kushaura part, you've got a kutsinira part, you've got additional parts that you can play. It's not just this top part that I've done. And then the kushaura part, we've done a significant part of it. Explored the netetes, explored the bass notes, and then we've got two styles of play. If one is playing simultaneous, one can come in with the alternating part. But all I'm saying is that Karigamombe is a complete song, is a full song. So that is one. If you change it just a little bit, so that you play. So the notes are organized slightly differently. Instead of do mi, we are starting good. And instead of hearing them as threes, we split them into two. So this song is called Maororo. So we start with Karigamombe. The next song in that Nyamaropa family is called Maororo. And this is the kushaura part. It has got a kutsinira part. It has got more complex versions. And then if you start from the right, but then the right is disguised because you combine it with this left note. But if you start from the right and go, but usually this note we combine it with this, so this song is called Nyamaropa, but it is coming from those Karigamombe notes. If you see it, so this is like playing Karigamombe. But if we play it the way I'm playing it, that song is called Nyamaropa. That is the kushaura part for Nyamaropa. It has got a kutsinira part. It is a complete song on its own. And then there is a song called Nyamaropa Uru or Nyamaropa pchigwedere. Sorry. This song is called Nyamaropa pchigwedere or Nyamaropa Uru. It starts from a more complex point where we've got 5 notes per half phrase. So this is 5 notes, 5 plus 5, 10. And so it is a more complex way. The Karigamombe kushaura, we're doing it at 6 notes. Maororo kushaura, we're doing it at 6 notes. Nyamaropa kushaura, we're doing it at 8 notes. Nyamaropa Uru moves it to 10 notes. So it is a more complex way of playing Nyamaropa. That's why it's called Nyamaropa Uru. Nyamaropa Uru simply means big Nyamaropa, the big one, the more complex one. And then if you take out some netetes in the way you play, you go. This song is called Nimutimu or Nimutimu ya Nyamaropa, meaning a curtailed version of Nyamaropa. And it just means some netetes have been omitted. So we're playing one netete for 2 notes on the left. So this song is called Nimtim. So the Nyamaropa family, when we say the Nyamaropa family of songs, one easy meaning refers to these 5 songs. We start out with Karigamombe. The next one is Mahororo. We get into Nyamaropa. And then we've got the Nyamaropa Pachipembere or Nyamaropa Uhuru. That's the 4th one. And then we've got Nimtim. That's the 5th song. So that is the Nyamaropa family. All the songs have the same structure in the way the phrases progress. What changes is the pattern in which you play the notes. And so potentially you could play all the songs together because they have the same structure. People don't do that by choice, because when you play Karigamombe, you want a certain rhythm, a certain melody that is built in 3s to be the focus. If you play Maororo, you also want to expose or put at the center, a particular pattern for playing Maororo, and the basses are very distinctive, the Kutsenela part. And same thing when you play Nyamaropa Uru, and Nimtim. Now, but this explanation is the starting point. If you then pick those songs individually, if you pick, for example, Nimtim, so Nimtim is the overall song. There is a part that is played that is called Mandarindari. And so when I was listening to the way John Kunaka played it on the album Soul of Mbira, my teacher, Cosmas Magaya, would point out that he's in Nimtim, he's moved into Mandarindari, and he's moved back to Nimtim. So Mandarindari is a way of playing Nimtim. If the Kutsinira part, there is a part that is called Masongano. It is a part to play the Kutsinira for Nimtimu as well as Nyamaropa Uru. If you add how people sing, there is a song called Ningayam Shawa. It is a straight Nimtimu. And then if you alter it a little bit, you derive Chaminu Kandimambo. So what we're calling Nimtimu is actually a family of these songs as well, but we've just labeled it as one song. If you look at Nyamaropa Uru, there is a variant, a part that Thomas Mapfumo sang as Mvurangai Naye. I have not heard any other name, so we call it by Mvurangai Naye, the lyrics that were sung to it. But it is slightly different from the standard way of playing the Kushaura part for Nyamaropa Uru. Now, if the regular Nyamaropa, if you look up the recordings that were done by the Mujuru family, they've got Nyamaropa, Dambatsoko. Dambatsoko is where they are, so that's their Nyamaropa. Or Nyamaropa, Dewedzo, that's the area that they are in. But they've got Nyamaropa Dungwiza, where Chaminuka used to live. So that's the way the Nyamaropa was played. They have Nyamaropa Gore Gore, they have Nyamaropa Vana Mshonga. In other words, what we're calling Nyamaropa has evolved and there's nuances, and then you can pick out some 5-6 things there based on what we've learned from the Mjurus. But some of that overlaps with the other names in the Nyamaropa family. And then even for Karigamombe, there is a part that is called Serevende Karigamombe, or others call it by the way they sing it, Wiait Bayani, although Wiait Bayani is also sung to some Bangiza songs. Right, so much for that. So if we're talking for the Nyamaropa family, one interpretation is the 5 songs, Karigamombe, Mahororo, Nyamaropa Uru, and Nimtimu. But within those songs, you can get further nuances, and it is a big family. Now there are other explanations of the Nyamaropa family. Some extend it to mean songs derived from Nyamaropa, but that's not the interpretation I'm taking, because once you do that, even songs like Tairewa, like Chipindura, which change structure, but start from L1 here, you then say they are Nyamaropa derived songs. That's not the interpretation I'm taking. I'm just taking straight songs that can be played with Nyamaropa. Okay, and let's get back to Karigamombe and the singing. Mumbe mbudzi, dongi mumbe mbudzi, dongi mumbe mbudzi, dongi mumbe mbudzi. So the dongi mumbe mbudzi is implied. important to situate you in the song, and I've playing simultaneous here. But even if I change, Mombe mbudzi dongi, 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 So if we increase the complexity and start playing three notes, that Dongimombe Mbudzi is there, is there, and you can find it. So Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi. So even when you add notes, you should still hear that Dongimombe Mbudzi. And then there are times, because Dongimombe Mbudzi is three words, Dongi, Mombe, Mbudzi. But as you play the Kutsinira and you start pushing it back to Nyamaropa, you can hear the song in twos rather than threes. And the Dongimombe Mbudzi is implied. You still have to find the Dongimombe Mbudzi. So one part of Kutsinira Karigamombe and Nyamaropa is. So the phrases are divided into two. These are the two halves. But you have to find the Dongimombe Mbudzi in there. Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi. I've made a mistake. But my point here is that you have to hear the Dongimombe Mbudzi, or even when it is not played, it is implied. And it is very important, to situate yourself, in the phrase that you are in, and then you start substituting lyrics. So what we did in the Karigamombe demonstration that was done by Msekiwa Chingodza, and this is easy and important. He did Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi. And then you can start substituting other words. So for this first phrase, then you go Pese Pese Wakomana. So it would have been Dongimombe Mbudzi. And he goes, Pese, Pese Wakomana. And then the second phrase, Kwatino Famba Vasikana. And then he goes, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Kwese, Kwese Wakomana, Kwatino Famba Vasikana, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Kwese, Kwese Wakomana, Kwatino Famba Vasikana, Dongimombe Mbudzi, Dongimombe Mbudzi. So kwese kwatinofamba, it means everywhere we go, we are seeing donkeys, cows, and goats, and so it's just an extension of Dongimombe Mbudzi. But the lesson is that once you are comfortable in just humming and then singing Dongimombe Mbudzi, you can start substituting the lyrics that you want. Kwese kwese wakomana, patinofamba vasikana dhongi mombe mbudzi kwese kwese vakomana patinofamba vasikana dhongi mombe mbudzi dhongi mombe mbudzi dhongi mombe mbudzi dhongi mombe mbudzi and then if you hum instead of say the words dhongi mombe mbudzi, then it opens up the way you sing with your huro and maongera. So I just wanted to get back to this Dongi Mombe Mbudzi. It's very important in situating you in the song, and the way you develop singing is start by substituting words for the Dongi Mombe Mbudzi, and then you start humming initially following exactly Dongi Mombe Mbudzi, and then you start modifying that. But we'll do a second lesson on a specific song. But this is just to get you into the singing. And then this Dongi Mombe Mbudzi, you should hear it in all the Nyamaropa family songs. In other words, it's an entry point into singing for all of those Nyamaropa family songs. Thank you. We'll stop here.